They say the fog that rolls into Graymarsh Cove isn't like any other. It doesn't drift. It crawls, thick as wool and heavy as breath. And on one particular night, that fog brought something with it. No one heard them arrive. No lights in the sky. No engines. Just silence. And the soft taking sound of metal legs touching the earth. At first, folks thought it was the sea breeze tapping at their shutters. But then, old Mrs. Corwin, up by the lighthouse, said she saw shapes in the mist, small, spindly, silver things, gliding low to the ground. Dozens of them, maybe hundreds. She said they moved like spiders, but their bodies gleamed, not with fur or skin, but polished chrome. And where their eyes should have been, there were just empty, glowing rings, circling slowly, as if trying to remember what sight used to mean. They came in from the shoreline, one by one, their steps perfectly measured, never rushing, never stopping, just walking, through gardens, over fences, across roads slick with dew. You could hear them faintly, under the whisper of the waves. 1,000 tiny gears turning in time, a mechanical heartbeat echoing through the fog. Nobody was harmed. Nobody even spoken to. The spiders didn't attack, didn't search, didn't take. They simply observed. One paused beneath a street lamp, its mirrored body reflecting the yellow light like a drop of liquid moon. Another peered through a shop window, its long legs framing the glass as if admiring its own reflection. A few stood in the graveyard, motionless, heads tilted toward the tombstones, as though reading names of people they could never have known. And then, just as quietly as they came, they began to leave. No warning, no pattern. The fog thickened, and they turned toward the sea. By dawn, the beach was covered in delicate lines, thousands of tiny tracks weaving in and out of the sand. And where the tide met the shore, they vanished. No sound, no sign, no trace, but silence. For weeks, the townsfolk didn't speak of it, not because they weren't afraid, but because they couldn't quite explain what they'd seen. Machines? Visitors? Or something else entirely? Something that had been here before us, waiting for the fog to rise again. Some nights, when the mist rolls in thick and the air tastes of salt and iron, you can still hear them. Faint clicks, the hum of quiet thinking. Maybe they're watching, maybe they're listening, maybe they never truly left. Next time you walk the beach at Graymarsh and the fog begins to move around your feet, listen closely, because if the waves go still and you hear that gentle rhythmic ticking, don't run. They won't harm you. They just want to remember what we look like.